Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Peace. Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 3,426.5392446B 800 BC. The album. Dad. AF. Rock on, gold dust, woman. Beast. How are you guys doing? I did not plan to be sitting here filming this video for you guys. I know I'm posting this video on Thursday. It is actually Wednesday evening. Currently, it is 8:13 p.m. And my husband is upstairs packing. We are leaving for Miami, Florida tomorrow for Valentine's Day weekend. I'm really excited about it. But let me tell you, I was pre-filming a few videos and uploading those videos. And I did a Peterisms video. And I did a drama video. And I did some other videos. And I'm basically doing video, because I'm a guy with a camera. So anyway, I was sitting around and I was uploading stuff, and like I do, I just kind of look through what's recommended to me and things like that. And I got recommended this video by Gabby Hanna that is called E2, I Wasn't Aware I Wasn't Like You. I did realize that I wasn't like you, Gabby Hanna. But anyway, so let me tell you what happened. I very quickly realized, first of all, I need some lip gloss before I get into this video. This video might get a little bit deep. I don't know. Maybe not. It's Gabby Hanna. We'll see. She tries to make everything deep. I don't know. Like, I mean, like, when she's around, I'm like, should I get deep? Should I not get deep? Okay, anyway. It might, because I have to tell you, I have some feelings after watching these podcasts / videos, whatever they are. I don't know. So anyway, I was like, I was not aware that Gabby Hanna had come back to YouTube. I was completely unaware of it. So I went over to her channel, The Gabby Show, and I went to go look at her videos that she had up, and she started posting a couple months ago, but they were just like music things. I commented on some of those, you know, whatnot. And then 1 month ago, she put up the official visualizer, which means video, for her song Rewired. And then I noticed that 6 days ago, she put up this video, and it's called E1, Episode 1, Save the World or Die Trying. And the video is currently sitting at 44,000 views. That was 6 days ago. Not bad, a video for 44,000 views. On a good day on Peter Monn, that's a good amount of views. But what's interesting about that is that Gabby Hanna has 5.36 million subscribers. So 44,000 views, not very, very good for Gabby Hanna's channel. And the next video that she posted, that video was 17 minutes and 39 seconds. I have watched the entire video. I will talk to you about it in just a second. The next video that she posted is called Come Ready to Party Gabby Hanna's Planner. Basically what it is at the beginning of all of these videos that she's putting out that is new, she's really trying to sell the fact that she's going to go do this show. It's $22, 18 and older. So the whole beginning part of each of these videos is basically an ad for the show that she's going to do for her new album that just came out, Trauma Queen, okay? So now she, you know, because she has been really, really saying that all she wants to do is music, music, music. We're going to get into that in just a second. The third video that she has posted, which she just posted, it says an hour ago, I'm not really sure, let's see, I'm going to refresh it and see, is posted 1 hour ago. It's sitting at 3.6 thousand views. Not great, okay? So let me tell you what is the whole idea of this. So this is like a new podcast, I guess. I'm very confused. Let me make sure that the volume is off. Here, I will pull this up. And this is on the video, Save the World or Die Trying, Episode 1. And underneath here, it says, February 22nd, show tickets and album pre-order at GabbyHannaOfficial.com and LookDesign.co. New vlogcast every Wednesday. Listen whenever you listen to podcasts. And here, you're listening to Season 1, The Show Must Go On, okay? And then she lists her socials underneath there. So, I'm like, okay, so this is a new podcast idea. Now, I went into this completely objectively, okay? Completely objectively. So I went into this, and I'm like watching it, and the first episode, when you're watching it, I'm not going to do a live reaction or anything like that right now. I'm actually watching an ad for a dream giveaway right now to Booking.com. Anyway, we'll skip through that and go to the ads. So anyway, when you go into it, it is, the first part is the ad for her show, her tour, whatever. The rest of it is Gabby Hanna laying in her bed, and it is just then all this artwork in the background. Like this one just says, so much has happened since something, I didn't catch that. Hold on. It says, so much has happened since we last spoke. And then it's a lot of artwork over, like, you know, put on top of her laying in bed with her cat, whose name I think is Fred. She goes into talking about smoking pot a lot. That's a huge part of this. She talks about not wanting to be on social media. I'm going to get into what she talks about in just a second, okay? So that's the whole thing. It's her just laying in bed, and it's like, I thought it was her laying in bed talking, okay? But then when you get to the second episode of the podcast, which was posted just an hour ago, and this is called Wasn't Aware I Wasn't Like You, and this video is shorter. It's 14 minutes and 21 seconds. The other one was longer. How long was it? It was, oh no, it was about the same amount, 17 minutes and 39 seconds. I thought it was a lot longer than that. Child, it felt a lot longer than that, I'll tell you that. Okay. So this other video is her, like, sitting in front of her mirror, and it's very, like, artistically, like, remove the fourth wall kind of thing. You can actually see the camera in the mirror, and it's her getting ready in front of this mirror. She's not talking, okay? Like, oh, it's not like a get ready with me. She has talked previously, and the sound bites of her talking of the podcast are over the video of her getting ready in front of this mirror and, you know, putting on the pantyhose over her head and cutting out the holes and all this kind of stuff. Now, I have to tell you, from an artistic point of view, I really enjoyed this concept, okay? I think if she continued to do something like this, like for her fans, I think they would really enjoy this. It almost, to some degree, I hate saying performance art, so I'm not going to say that, but it was a little bit more conceptualized. It was a newer spin on what a podcast is. The thing is that I don't think that Gabby Hanna understands about this whole kind of podcast thing is that people don't listen to podcasts because they want to watch every second of what's going on. Like, when people ask me, like, do you have a podcast? Or are you starting a podcast? It's because they just want to listen to me talk. It's like why a lot of people put on my vlog where I drive around every night. They don't watch what I'm doing, okay? Because I'm driving around in a car. It's boring. They're just listening to me talk. So people aren't going to be watching all of this. So sure, it's a cool concept of what she's doing. It's a new spin on what a podcast is. But the majority of people aren't going to be watching this. The majority of people are going to be just listening to it if it truly is a podcast, right? Okay. So the second one was, I don't know, it's all just her thoughts about the world, okay? So the first thing she goes into on the episode 1 is she goes into how she's just always, or she's realized that she always just wants to make music, or wanted to make music, okay? She doesn't want anything else. She just wants to create and make music, and she just has this whole thing about creating. It's like this catchphrase word of 2022 already. Like, I'm so tired of this word already. Shane Dawson uses it all the time. I just want to create stuff. I just want to create. What does that mean, okay? Like, I don't understand what that means. You just want to create stuff. Well, you sit on your ASS all day long, figure out something, you know, latch hook, get a coloring book. I don't know. You haven't put a video out in a year. Why don't you do something? You know, I want you to create something too. How about you create cleaning something up around the house? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd say. But it's always just like, I want to create stuff. And I think it's this fascination with, like, wanting to be artistic. And I can remember, like, going into college, and I wanted to be an artist so bad. I was so obsessed with this whole bohemian world, right? And I was like, I want to be an artist and all this kind of stuff. And I took this drawing class, and I took 2 semesters of it. And I can remember my friend and I, and we were slipping and sliding on the ice as I carried this huge portfolio of my work in there and took it very seriously, right? I was horrible at it. I had no natural talent. I was not good at it at all. I will say that I think that some of Gabby Hanna's art is interesting and creative, and I do like some of it. It's very colorful. It's something that I actually would have in my house. I do enjoy some of it. Her poetry, well, poetry leaves a lot to be desired. And if you don't believe me, then just go read the reviews over on Goodreads. Okay, they're not good. They're not good. I think it's an average of like 3 or something like that over there. So I'm listening to this whole thing, and I would say the first half of it is Gabby Hanna complaining because she just wants to sing and make music, but she doesn't know how to get her music out or bring attention to it because she just believes so vehemently that if she could just get a solid group of people listening to her music, then she wouldn't have to post on social media anymore, and she doesn't like social media because it's not healthy for her, okay? But what you have to do is you have to translate that down. And basically what she's saying is, if enough people bought my music, then I could continue to just live and hang out in my bedroom all day long and smoke pot, and then I wouldn't really have to go do anything. And she even, in fact, says in the video, oh, I know most of you are probably saying, why don't you go get a real job? She said it, not me, okay? And she's like, but I just want to create stuff. Well, sweetheart, I'm here to tell you, okay, that there are a lot of people that just want to create stuff, okay? And they weren't given the platform that you have been given. They haven't been given the platform that you were given to make a series of videos where you were just being ridiculously horrible to people and still haven't taken any responsibility for it, and it's really hurt your channels. Thus, you have a channel with 5.36 million subscribers on it, and you're only getting 44,000 views on a channel. That was your doing, okay? Not because you wanted to create stuff, but because you decided to come out and tell your truth on a bunch of people, which is interesting because when you go to this video, Save the World or Die Trying, Daniel Prado's video is right next to it, sitting at 3.3 million subscribers. So apparently, more people at this point are wanting to hear people tell the truth on Gabbie Hanna than hear Gabbie Hanna tell the truth on somebody else. Okay, that's just where we're at with all that. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, this is literally the epitome of entitlement, that you are complaining that you don't get the views on your music and you wish you didn't have to market on social media and that you just had a group of people that would listen to your music, buy your music, let's just call it what it is, okay? Buy your music so that you didn't have to market on social media anymore and that you could just sit in your room and create music. And she's like, I know a lot of people are probably like, well, maybe you need to go out and get a real job. Yeah, maybe you need to go out and get a real job because this ain't cutting it for you. You don't want any part of this. You don't want to do this. You're not interested in this, okay? There are a lot of people out there. Gabby, I'm really sorry to make you aware of this if you're unaware of this before, but there are a lot of people out there, some of them are referred to as starving artists, okay, that really would love to be actors or actresses on Broadway, you know, or to have an album, or to even have the resources to put out their own music, okay, or to write a book, or have a book published, or to have, you know, cook for a group of people, or start a restaurant, or be a chef, you know, or whatnot, or make their own clothing, or be in a fashion line. There are a lot of people out there that are working 2, 3, and 4 jobs to make their dreams come true, right, while raising a family and putting food on their table. So do I have a lot of sympathy for Gabbie Hanna that wants to sit in her bedroom and complain about the fact that she just smokes pot all day long? And that makes her more connected to the world, and yet she doesn't want to get on social media to pump her own music? No, I don't feel bad for her one bit. There are so many people out there that are literally singing in one bar after another, night after night after night, just to get their voice out there, just get their music heard. And maybe they go sing in a bar and there's 5 people listening to them, and they are extremely grateful for those 5 people that are listening to them in that bar, okay? Or for the 4 people that read their poem, or for the 10 people that might have bought their book online. So do I feel bad that Gabbie Hanna is not getting the following for her music that she wanted to get? No, not at all. And quite frankly, here it is on my bingo card. It says on here, look, Gabbie Hanna claims shadow ban. I knew this was coming, and this is the workup to it. Nobody, and listen, and if I get that one, then I only have one more. Trisha and Ethan fight, and yeah, I think we already know that's going to happen. I'm sorry, Gabby, you don't want to have to actually work to make your, I mean, this is the arrogance and the ego, okay, of these YouTubers that have grown up on Vine or YouTube or whatever. It's like you're given a platform, you're given an audience, and then you think that that audience should be, they should have to buy your music so that you can continue the lifestyle that you have. Did you ever think that this might end for you one day? Did you ever think when you were making your 8 videos calling out all of YouTube that maybe somebody else would counter those facts and that would really hurt your channel? You know, I'm still blown away that when she was on the show, what was it, with Gloria Stefan, that they didn't vet her out better, okay? When they're sitting there and they allowed Gabbie Hanna on that talk show to actually be an example talking about cancel culture when she was literally, okay, the stone used to throw cancel culture. I mean, she literally was trying to cancel people left and right and had the audacity to sit on a talk show with Gloria Stefan and sit there and talk about people trying to cancel her on the internet. Are you kidding me? And yet you want to get in a podcast and you want to complain that people aren't buying your music? Stop, Gabby. Just stop, okay? And for third, let me tell you, it was interesting to me because I went into this video. Which video was it that I went into that I was reading the comments on it? Hold on just a second. And it was interesting because every comment was very, very good. And at the end, I went to the back end of the comments. I think it was the other video. Hold on a second. Hold on, I think it's the other video. Let me get to it. Because I was not surprised when I noticed that if you go to the newest comments first, that they weren't as great as the newest, the most popular comments. Why? Because they're probably pretty highly edited at this point, is what I would think. So anyway, I went in here, and it was interesting because it says on here, somebody said, I haven't finished the video yet, but I think you have to ask yourself, do you hate social media more than you love music? Which is a really good question. It's like, she doesn't want to have to market her music. Okay, she doesn't want to have to get on social media. Basically what she's complaining about is, I don't want to get on social media because I don't like social media, and I don't want to have to market my music on social media. Girl, you're literally an online influencer. That's been your job, okay? Remember those skank brushes you tried to push to your audience that you never took responsibility for? Do you remember that? Or how about that brush, that electric brush that you said you used on your skin every single day that I've never seen you use in a video or an Instagram or anything since that you pushed on your audience? You're literally an influencer that got started on Vine and got lucky. You're not even that funny, okay? And quite frankly, your music is subpar. So to be complaining, some of it, yes, is good. And your audience loves you, but for you to be complaining that you have to market your music when that's literally what people do by going on tour. Going on tour is marketing your music, and you're doing one show and you're like complaining about the fact that you have to get on social media. You should feel so blessed that you have an audience on social media that if you put your music up that they'll buy it. Okay, let's just call it for what it is. So it goes on. This is the comments here. So somebody said, girl, no, quit YouTube. Then somebody said, you are a case study in why people need to quit YouTube or quit social media. And somebody said, how can you all still follow her and support her? She is not a good person, okay? And it was interesting because somebody down here said, the difference in the comments between YouTube and TikTok is astounding. YouTube is way more positive place, and the people here are her OG fans who actually give a SHI to it. I hope Gabby has a break from TikTok. It's so toxic. No, what's going on is she's not deleting the comments over on TikTok, and she's deleting the comments on her YouTube videos. That's what's going on, okay? Because when you go through the comments over here, they're really not that bad, okay? And it's really a lot of people. It's like here, somebody says, temporary fix to a long-term permanent issue. You need to fix yourself, not band-aid it with weed. So she goes into this whole thing and she starts talking about how much weed she's smoking, and people are telling her she doesn't need to smoke weed as much, and that she just feels more connected with smoking weed. And as a person that has been sober for 27 years, okay, that also believes in the decriminalization of marijuana, and I believe that people can use it recreationally and it can be helping them. I will say this, okay, and I've said it about other people like Tana Mojo in the past. It does seem to me that Gabby Hanna, number one, smokes an extraordinary amount of pot, as witnessed by her constantly putting it in her videos, okay? Number two, her constantly putting it in her videos and her Instagram is like a 15-year-old wanting to shove it in your face how cool it is that she's smoking pot. It's just bizarre to me, okay? And this is the thing. Has Gabby Hanna not talked about, like, going and getting help? I'm watching this, and I'm thinking, like, she's literally putting all this out there into the world about how she's not happy, and the music isn't making her happy, and the business isn't making her happy anymore. It's like, girl, you literally have the resources. You could go to some, like, I don't know, some ranch out in the middle of nowhere and stay for 2 months and do some real work on yourself. And she seems like somebody that would just eat that up, you know? Go to some Caribbean island for 2 months where I don't know, they do, like, art and therapy, or, you know, and get into, like, this holistic health where you can do, like, you know, I was going to say YouTube. Not that. She took a break, you know? The algorithm's what's killing her, too. You know, but where you could go to some holistic ranch or some holistic place out in the middle of nowhere and be with nature and do yoga and Pilates and eat healthy every day. I mean, I think that Gabby Hanna would just eat that up and love it, right? But this because I would absolutely love that if I could afford that, you know? If I could afford to not be around here for 2 months and just go off somewhere and just be able to focus on myself and do artwork and all that. Can you imagine how amazing that would be? And she has the financial resources for it, right? But she wants to sit in bed and complain to the universe, which is thus more selling music because there's ads on everything for her music, okay? Not only that, she's marketed her music by calling the video or calling the album Trauma Queen, and the music is all about her life and things like that, right? Well, let's not forget that she never took any responsibility for that series that she started and didn't complete, where she came at all these people, right? So there's no growth there. We're not seeing any growth from her whatsoever. And so it's like, why don't you go fix yourself? I don't understand, really. I really don't get it with these YouTubers that they want to complain about all this kind of stuff, and they want to complain about the circumstances of their life, and yet they literally have made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and they have the resources to go get real work, real help, and it's like, they don't want to do it. They want to just, it's like Trisha Paytas is the same way. They just want to sit around and complain about stuff, you know? If tomorrow, I don't even have that many issues today. I got a few. I got a lot of things I still work on. But man, if tomorrow somebody said, We're going to take care of everything financially. We're going to take care of everything in your life every day, you know, whatever. I'd be like, I miss my husband. I miss my dogs. When's my plane ticket? You know, and I would go for a month and I would go do the work and eat healthy and get into shape and be outside and do some artwork and hang out and talk about what's going on with me internally. I think that would be so fantastic. I wish I had the option to go to a place like that, you know? And there's a lot of these places that are wellness retreats that you could go and do that. Why? Why are you just hanging out here? You know, you could video the experience afterwards and talk about it. You could talk about what an experience life-changing that was. But this is what YouTubers want to do, okay? YouTubers want to circumvent the truth. They want to talk about all of this stuff, okay? And I have to be honest with you. I appreciate Gabbie Hanna's vulnerability and her, you know, authenticity on video. I don't think that it's real healthy for YouTubers to continue to talk about all of these issues that they have and not do the work on it, right? It's like, I just did this video on my Peter Does Stuff channel talking about the show Euphoria, and I was talking to my best friend about it, and I said, what do you think? Because we're both sober, and the show talks a lot about addiction and recovery. And she said, I don't like the show because it doesn't offer any hope. Okay? Well, that's part of my issue with some of this. It's like, I feel like you owe it to your audience a little bit, especially if you want your audience to be the money bags to pay for your lifestyle and buy your music. I feel like you owe it to your audience and yourself to put out good messages about self-help. And then I was watching her next message, and she's talking about her next podcast, and she's talking about how sad she is. And then it rolls into how happy she is and how it just changed in a moment like that. And she has the ability to go from happy to sad the next moment. And I'm like, girl, stop, okay? Social media is not for you right now. You know, and YouTubers want to circumvent the real help. And then they want to say, I'm changed. I'm a different person. I'm not who I used to be. I mean, wait, down the road, there's going to be a video because her career is ruined. Her career is over. She's not getting the views. I'm sure nobody's buying her music like they used to. She was getting millions and millions of views. She's not getting any of that anymore, okay? Before it was I was shadow banned. She can't come out and complain about that again because we already know she got a personal phone call from YouTube and they fixed that for her. So she can't come out and complain about it again because everybody's going to be, oh, Gabbie Hanna's playing the victim with this, you know, I'm shadow banned card. Okay, well, I'm ready for my bingo card. But when she does, because she's not getting the views, because people aren't interested, because you pushed your own audience away. And it's really sad. Because many people have told you the truth, Gabbie, okay? That you want to push your music. The biggest selling point for your music are the videos that your audience wants to see. But you've pushed your audience away because you said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to piss all these people off, and I'm going to make all these people angry. And your audience said, this isn't what we want to see. And you didn't listen to them. And now you're the one that's paying the price for it and laying in bed complaining about the fact that you can't get anybody to buy your music. It's your own doing. Do I think that Gabbie Hanna could turn it around? Absolutely, I do. I think she doesn't have to go back to her old prank videos or story times, which most of them were lies anyway, or all the funny kind of stuff. I think a lot of this is good, but I think to get in a video and just not always try to make it look like an art project in your senior year that you're turning in for your final project. I mean, not everything has to be that, right? So there's always that amateurish look to everything that she does with me. It's like, you can't just get on video and just talk and be like, you guys, I'm really struggling. Like, I want to continue to live the way that I want to live, but like, and make music, but nobody's buying my music, and I don't want to be on social media anymore. What do I do? And ask your audience and listen to what they tell you. So, you know, I don't know. If social media is not for you, sign off. You've done it before. You've done it before. So why was it that you were able to sign off before, but you can't sign off now? And you're saying, oh, it's because the only way for people to know about my music. No, the only way for you to sell your music is for you to be on social media, right? Okay, got it. This is the same thing as when people said you only stir up drama when you're trying to sell a song, but yet you got so upset because that wasn't true. So now I guess what you're doing is you're telling everybody that that was absolutely correct. That the only reason for social media and the only reason for drama is to sell your music so that you can continue to do what you want. Well, I guess you got to figure out what you're willing to sell to continue to have the life that you want. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.